Hey guys, King of Charmass here. Today I'll be a judge, a jury, and an analyst. And you know the phrase, defense is the best offense? Well, we're actually going to analyze Zamazenta, Hero of Many Battles. So Galar is coming out for the Ultra Unlock Part 3. Why they're skipping over Gen 7, I don't know. This is probably just a ploy for Niantic to calm the nerves of everyone that is trying to basically boycott them or anything like that, and by giving you FOMO, being like, oh my gosh, these are so cool, Zamazenta and Zacian are releasing in Pokemon Go. So these two are actually extremely popular Pokemon, but they're also incredibly powerful. So we're gonna take a look and see. This is just a first look. We don't have the exact movesets yet, but we do have some data. So I'm going to use the data we have and see what we can come up with. That way I can make my actual meta-analysis go by a little faster. So, we're going to look at Zamazenta for the Hero of Many Battles. Now, the reason why Zamazenta is the defensive one, it is the mascot of Pokemon Shield. And in its Hero of Many Battles form is a pure fighting type. If these are the actual stats that are reflected, as you see, it's incredible. The Hero of Many Battles is the attack weight one. As you see, very, very high CP, so it's incredibly powerful. And as a pure fighting type, many of you are very familiar with pure fighting types because your boy or your girl Machamp with 4 arms is a pure fighting type. They are weak to Fairy, Flying, Psychic, and they have an equal amount of resistances in Bug, Dark, and Rock. Assuming Zamazenta is going to basically be used in Master League most of the time, depending on its moveset, there are a lot of fairies and flyers and psychic types. Lugia, you got Togekiss, our best friend Togekiss, right? I'm just kidding. And of course, the flying albatrosses in like Yveltal, etc. Even if it's Ultra League, by somehow it's like the Hero of Many Battles is an Ultra League mon. As you see here, it can go into Ultra League. For a fighting type, I would say Machamp is probably the better option, considering it's going to be 100k dust for the second move for sure. So, pure fighting type looks pretty good. How about the possible movesets? Alright, so this is the Pokemon database. This is where I get my sprites from. As you see here, Zamazenta, as its Hero of Many Battles form, of course, is a pure fighting type Pokemon. It is its attack, this is the form where, even though it's the Shield's mascot, as you see, it does have, this is the attack one. And it's very interesting because it is a fighting type. So, if we look at the movesets that Zamazenta can possibly have, unfortunately, it doesn't look like it has a great fast move. Possibilities of attack are going to be the Fangs, of course, as you see here. The Fangs attack, quick attack, god, I hope not quick attack. The Bite, which is actually pretty terrible in itself as well. And it does have a wide variety of charge moves that are really good. However, we don't know if it's actually going to be great. So, the best fast move that Zamazenta could probably get is going to be Snarl. Snarl is the 3-turn 13 energy move. Really powerful in a lot of senses just because you gain energy quickly. However, does Snarl work for a fighting type Pokemon? Not really. Just because if you use Snarl, you're weak against fairies and flying types, so there's not a lot of coverage. I would say probably Ice Fang or Thunder Fang might be a little better for it, depending on its stats. As far as charge move goes, there's a lot of charge moves it can get. Pokemon Go usually follows the main series games really closely, so usually unless it's like return can be learned by like everyone, but unless it is a unless it is a fighting or like they generally follow like how close it is to the main series game, so it's generally close. They're really close to each other. So if it can't learn in the main series game, 9 times out of 10 it's probably not going to learn in Pokemon Go. So, if we look at the charge moves that are given to us, unfortunately, there's not a lot. No, really, there's not a lot. So Zamazenta has the advantage if it's by the virtue of charge moves. As you see, it does have Wild Charge as well as Close Combat and Focus Blast. So it does have a very powerful charge moveset. But if we assume that it's going to get Snarl, Snarl is going to be a really tricky mon for a pure fighting type Pokemon, so that's going to be really interesting. So, would Zamazenta, a hero of many battles, do really well in Open Ultra League or Master League? For a pure fighting type, without a fast charge move pressure or counter like with Machamp, unfortunately, I don't think it's going to do too very well in Ultra League. If it gets Wild Charge, that might be a different story though, because with Wild Charge in close combat, there are a lot of targets in Ultra League. So in a lot of Ultra League targets, like Snarl would actually do very good. Snarl would actually do great as well because of its ability to hit super effective damage against Cresselia, as well as Giratina Altered, which are two very popular picks. If it gets close combat, you have coverage against... call it, what's the big lean kissing machine? Oh yeah, Obstagoon. So you would have coverage against Obstagoon if you got close combat. With close combat, you would threaten Obstagoon a lot because like most close combat mons will one-shot Obstagoon. So Ultra League may be some good use. As far as Open Master League goes, it would be a little tricky. With Snarl, you would cover Lugia. However, things like Melmetal would probably destroy you, and with a pure fighting type, unfortunately, things like Mewtwo are out there. Lugia, again, with Lugia out there, Snarl does good against Psychics, but if you get hit with a Sky Attack, you're dead. That's pretty much what it is. However, it does have a powerful moveset in Wild Charge and in Close Combat, which is a possibility. Outside of that, there isn't really much for Zacian has to offer in Open Master League. There's just way too many powerful picks out here, and its crown form is a lot more powerful than the hero of many battles. And that's GG's. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. So is Zamazenta's hero of many battles form going to be any good? Probably not. The thing about a pure fighting type Pokemon, or even just fighting types in general, Zamazenta doesn't have counter. Along with that, a namely four-armed champion with large muscles, known as Machamp, is definitely a better option as a fighting type. With Cross Chop, you have a lot more pressure. With Rock Slide, you can straight Rock Slide through things like Talonflame as well as Articuno. As far as Master League goes, there's just way too many Psychic types, like Mewtwo to be named in particular. One Side Shark will probably yeet Zamazenta to oblivion unless it has a shield. And, of course, huge super tanks like Lugia. So, unfortunately, Zamazenta doesn't seem to be very good moveset-wise. Even if it has good stats, it's the lack of a great moveset that would really limit it in either meta that it could be played in. Hopefully, the Crown Form's a lot better, but until we get the Crown Form released, we'll see what happens. Once the official data release, I'll go ahead and put it in here and then do an actual analysis. But at first look, Zamazenta isn't looking too hot. At least the Heroes of Many Battles form. Let's just hope it gets a better moveset, or that hopefully there's something better down the road. Because unfortunately, defense, so like Pokemon Shield, you know what? Everybody likes killing things as far as like Pokemon goes. Because in order to win the battle, you have to knock out all your opponent's mons. You don't play defense, or unless you do like, you know, a Toxaroar strat, which I'm not going to go into VGC too much, but, you know, there's defensive strats out there. Unfortunately, Pokemon Go is not about stall tactics unless you're trying to time out the clock, and Zamazenta doesn't look to be a great pick at first sight. But we'll see what happens when the official data release. But at first look, not really. Good luck on your guys' Go Battle League sets. If you would like to, please like and subscribe. It's totally free. You could easily subscribe by putting your mouse over the bottom of right. That little box right there at the bottom right, you could put your mouse over it. It will easily allow you to subscribe. It's totally free, helps out the channels, and, you know, it's totally free. I really do appreciate it. Everyone that's already subscribed to my channel, I really do appreciate it. Good luck in Go Battle League sets, and I will see you guys on the next video.
Ciao!